How you doing? I'm Bo Duke. This is my cousin Luke.
I'm Luke Duke.
Luke Duke. It rhymes.
Just a good old boys, never meaning no harm. Beats all you never saw, been in trouble with the law since the day they was born.
Ever since my cousins Bo and Luke came to town, things haven't been quite the same around here in Hazzard County. Uncle Jesse had a falling out with Boss Hogg, and now he's threatened to take our farm away. The boys are running shine. I mean, things haven't been this exciting in a long time around here.
Well, you got some new sexual powerhouses in town. I mean, you want to talk about raw sexual vibrance. I mean, these guys have cracked about 43 different lens boxes already. They just look into them and crack. We're shooting through plexiglass right now.
I am the better looking one, of course.
If you like tall, dark, and blonde, yeah, but who likes that?
Everybody.
I have a thing for explosives and women. And you don't mix all of them together, it gets you in trouble.
I was getting my driving test. Well, what happened was the cops kind of came after me, and I didn't really realize that they wanted me to stop the car, so I was trying to get out of their way to get off the road, so I had to go faster, and then I ended up getting tasered. And instead of going to jail, they sent us to Uncle Jesse's farm.
Let me tell you, the first time you're on Uncle Jesse's farm, it's shoveling shit.
Lots of
Yep, shoveling manure.
manure, Poop.
Inseminating.
They have poop, too.
Inseminating cows.
Yeah, he loves inseminating cows.
It feels really good inside, I tell you. Daisy's pretty. Daisy's nice. She's sweet, and we'll do anything for her. And she's attractive.
Anything she wants.
We gotta watch out for the guys with her, because they'll take advantage.
Now that I turned 18, I figured I needed myself a new look. I hope you like it. I stayed up all last night trying to come up with just the right thing. And I think it's going to help me catch this boy I have my eye on.
Sometimes I start to play with myself when I think about her, and then I realize she's my cousin.
She's like a lemonade stand at the side of a fine country road, and they made it with apples. The type of girl you'd pick out of a choir at a Catholic church and take over to Arby's for a cheddar twirl. And I'm talking drive-through.
Ever since I started working at the Boar's Nest, I've had my eye on a city slicker named Huey.
Huey smells like cologne.
Yeah, cheap cologne.
We don't wear cologne here. He wears cologne.
You need
He's
to
got
smell.
these stupid little
you're
logos
really
on his
serious.
polos. He drives like a brand new car. He's a woman or something.
I know.
He's girly.
We've been on a few dates, and you know what? I think he might be the one.
Seriously?
Woo! I don't know what it is about Hazzard, but the women are just the cream of the crop. It's like someone went to an extras pool and said, "You're the hottest extras in Hollywood. Come be in Hazzard County," because the women are beautiful. And I just found the hottest one in town. Her name is Allie Handy, and she's really handy.
She has got some jugs on her. Fun bags.
He's met a lady too. She's quite pretty.
She's very pretty. And how do you keep your ass so firm? Best thing about her is she's easy. That's what firewater tastes like. I have never actually tasted Sean.
We never taste Sean.
We know Uncle Jesse gets too pissed off.
Knock it off back there, boys.
You don't want to see Uncle Jesse pissed off.
We never taste Sean.
No. No, never.
Boss Hog is a hog in every form of the word.
Now you got 2 weeks. Then I'm gonna send out Roscoe to foreclose on your farm. Just business. Hog style.
Uncle Jesse had a falling out with Boss Hog, and now he's threatened to take our farm away. But you know what? We're not gonna let it happen.
Man, Hog's just trying to corrupt. He's trying to be the ruler of the kingdom, and it's true. He's taking away Uncle Jesse, taking away the farm. He's putting us on the run from the cops.
Sheriff Roscoe Pico Train and his boys, you know, they're always threatening that they're gonna catch General Lee. But with Bo and Luke in the car, that ain't very likely.
On a good day, I can get this car to go about 70 or 80 miles an hour, but on a great day, I can get this baby up to about 90, 100 miles an hour in about 5 seconds. Just enough time to jump a ravine for a minute and a half worth of filming.
Thanks for spitting on me.
I'll show you how we jump in. I don't know if you can get this on camera.
Forward. Slide in. Down, watch your head. Move your feet.
Oh!
There you go.
Well, in the prequel, it answers a lot of questions that we may have had about the TV series. Like Daisy just turned 18, just getting out of school, and explains how she went from like a conservative country girl into the Daisy Duke that we all know and love.
This is a film where she makes her transition from being dowdy and plain and sort of invisible, and she discovers who she is, and she creates her Daisy Duke shorts.
Trisha is the costume designer. She was really good to me, so she let me put in my 2 cents with every outfit that I had, basically. We met together before we started shooting, and we pulled all these different outfits, both for like the frumpy Daisy and then the sexy one, and we worked together like whether I thought this was what she would wear, you know, and I got to select what I thought, and she selected what she thought, and then we just made it work.
What a perfect actress I have to work with, and a perfect figure to dress. It's great to have somebody who can wear absolutely anything.
She really was really nice to me and let me be involved in that, so I'm really comfortable in everything I wear, and so it really worked out well together. I think it would probably be the one scene in the movie that everyone remembers. I want a job.
Make sure the Dukes have the great General Lee car and everything, and that's great. And the boss has got his great car in the white suit. Daisy Duke.
Well, this is the first time she has like basically any confidence like in herself, and people treat her so much differently too. Because before, she has kind of the tomboyish look and the glasses and no makeup, and then this time she's like put some work into it, and she's more confident, and so she goes in there like knowing she can get what she wants from this guy she has a crush on. I want you to take me out tomorrow night.
Yeah.
A lot of thought goes into like selecting what pair to wear and how to make them all kind of unique and special in their own way. Like this pair we cut off the top of them and fringed them out like that. It's because, you know, Daisy is creating all these in her house, so she's just kind of working with what she already has in her closet. So it's like pretty fun to like see, you know, all the different combinations of things that she comes up with, whether it's like she tries to bedazzle some, you know, or she's always tying belts on them and stuff, and gets very creative.
So it's a very special thing to make a pair of Daisy Dukes.
You know, I think there's different elements of each of us, and like the frumpy one or the sexy one, but I'm probably more comfortable somewhere in between because the shorts are pretty short, so I don't know if I'm like, my everyday life, I'm not gonna wear shorts quite this short.
the thing is, you can't make her not beautiful. So she looks beautiful in both, the nerd Daisy and the beautiful Daisy. But I think even though Daisy, when she is beautiful, boys want her more, she's still that sweet girl inside. And I think that's probably the thing about April that got her the role, because she has that sweetness and it's sort of inherent to her.
It's like she's sexy, but she doesn't even know it. She's just who she is, and I really like that about her.
1, 2, 3, jump.
There is a car down there! The first day that we saw the car, Randy and I drove out to a farm way out in the middle of nowhere, and they had 4 General Lees. And we pulled up, and they were practicing all the stunt driving out in the field. And we just looked at each other, and we both had huge goosebumps. And then I got to get behind the wheel for the first time on a stunt course, and just, haul ass and do what I wanted to do and drive around and just go crazy. And it was, I turned into a 5-year-old.
I don't know what it is about the paint color and stickers and the whole get up of the General Lee, but it makes everything just heighten so much more.
That car has so much muscle to it. You feel so powerful when you're driving it, and you just feel cool.
Basically, we discovered the General Lee as a sunken treasure. The boys, through a series of mishaps, fall into a pond, and underwater, of course, Bo discovers the carcass of a car, and he's been looking for a car for the entire movie up till that point.
It's a 69 Dodge Charger!
And we pull this ratty, old Charger body out of the pond, and then we show the entire restoration process. So the General Lee is actually born in this movie.
I really like the idea that the General Lee came from someplace. It was born, basically, born out of the water. So we have this Charger that's all beaten and then rusted, painted down, and we painted an old flag on it.
There's a whole bunch of different General Lees that we use in this movie, but one of them has no paint on it, and so we get to paint it, and I get to paint the number on it, and I lower the engine into it. So I was joking that after this movie's over, I'll have my mechanic's license or something, just because we do so much work restoring this car.
And then once it's born, we stay true to what our fan base expects.
I had to get a Class 01 license. It's the license that you have to drive the General Lee. Yeah, they actually have 42 cars on standby because they know my driving record and I'm not that good. So it's apparent that I'm gonna crash a few of them. I just ruined the car. There's a gate, and I was driving out, and the gate just started closing on the side, and I didn't know what to do, so now I just scratched the General Lee. Probably gonna be fired. Awesome. I remember watching them slide across the car, thinking, that's so cool, that's so easy. The first time I went to try it, I did a cannonball on the hood, dented the hood, and I looked over at the stunt guy, and he's like, it's okay, we have more hoods.
Oh, it's just about being coordinated and kind of understanding gravity. And then jump through the window is more or less trial and error.
Yeah, I have huge bruises all over my shins, all over my thighs from jumping in the car. And the hardest part is jumping in the car, and then I'm 6'2", so I'm trying to take my legs around the gear shifter under the steering wheel and make it look cool. And Randy is 5'10" and has no steering wheel, no steering column, can jump right in, no problem.
I did it for fun. I didn't really do the movie too much. I had to teach this guy how to jump through a window.
Yeah, he did.
Then we got one more thing to do. No, you don't. No, you don't.
Today we're doing the big General Lee jump where he jumps over a ravine, which we're going to do with a combination of practical jump that then cuts into a big CG car and then a practical landing. As usual in the movie business, we're starting backwards and working forwards.
Well, we're going to do the little one here first. That's going to be for the landing. And then make sure the car's okay, everything's all right, and we're going to go to the big ramp and do the big jump. That'll be at close to 50 miles an hour, and we'll probably travel, 80, 85 feet, and it'll be a great little flight for me and the car. Just strap in here.
Rick Seaman actually took the car in, beefed up the suspension, put a jump seat in it, a swing harness, which will hang him, so when it comes down, it won't compress everything on him.
We've got so much beef under that front end, man. I think it's so stiff, and that's going to help the launch and the trajectory too, and it'll take a lot of the curse off the landing.
Right, so when you hit that ramp at 50, the trajectory will push you down and give you more launch.
Yeah.
So give you a little higher lift.
Yeah, we refer to that as a compression jump or a compression ramp, where the suspension unloads coming off the ramp, and it takes you further than a rolling object would go at that speed.
Right.
We're looking forward to seeing this jump. It's been one of the things we've been talking about for months, building up to this day. So, here we go.
You look like Barney Rubble.
Lock it up, fix it up, here we go, stand by, quick, please, Ed. Action, 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 action.
Right here, what happens is the suspension, like we talked about, the car went down and it just rubbed all the whole ramp. That gave him, when he got up to the top, it gave him that lift flight. It's a hell of a deal, and he's all right.
So it felt good. We owe it to modern stunt technology, you know. A lot of people have gotten hurt over the years learning how to do this, and hey, we're happy today that we can do it and get away with it, you know. I also knew that it was coming down on its back end. You know that about halfway to the ground, how it's going to land. So a back end landing's pretty smacky. It's pretty tough because it's just cantilevering you and smacking you right in the ground. But that's how the General Lee jumps, right? Nose up through the air.
You know, having done a lot of car movies and television, the General Lee is like, you know, #1 in the car genre. And car jumps and landing. It's what the General Lee's all about. It jumps and it lands, and somehow it just keeps right on going.
Say goodbye to one more General Lee.
Best advice I ever had was from an old moonshiner buddy of mine, old Three Nipples Ned. He said, don't get caught.
You know, even though everybody else changed in the movie, Uncle Jesse is a timeless father figure, and we were so happy that Willie agreed to do it.
Oh, I had a lot of fun making the last one, and I couldn't see, you know, not having fun on another one, just working with a lot of the same people.
You pinch yourself when you walk on set and realize that you're about to do a scene with Willie Nelson, who's playing your uncle.
Don't get caught.
I made fun of people on set because they'll like stare at Willie Nelson, but then I catch myself at the same time going, it's Willie Nelson.
So how y'all holding up?
Oh, these old guys ain't got no business in here. They got arms.
He was the one person I was the most nervous to meet when I first started here, and I'm like, oh, you know, because he's just such a legend, and you know, my family's a big fan, and so when I met him and stuff, I was like kind of nervous, but he's so genuinely nice. He makes you feel comfortable from like the moment you meet him.
He just makes everybody feel good and gives us that seal of approval that we're making a credible version of the Dukes of Hazzard.
Truly an amazing man, and I had a lovely time with him.
Big balls.
So the role, that's something that we never wanted to toy with.
Well, I know I had an opportunity to tell a lot of good jokes. You know, I had a lot of fun, and I figured if they would give me that much freedom on this time around, I would also enjoy this one.
There's no mystery to Willie. Willie's one of the simplest, most decent men I've ever had the pleasure of working with. He's exactly the way he is on camera.
And you know, I've wore these kind of clothes all my life, so this is really nothing strange for me. And Uncle Jesse, you know, I knew Denver Pile, and so I felt like that was a character that I could do all right on.
I'm hiding here in the trees, watching the stars of Dukes of Hazzard 2 as they learn their lines. They don't even know I'm here. I'm like a little tiny bird. I'm all camouflaged. I'm like a little baby blue heron hiding in a nest, watching. Listen.
You were gonna leave me again. You forgot to fill up tank again.
Oh my God. Did you see that? That was real actors practicing their lines together. They didn't even know we were here. It's like a Discovery Channel special.
Harland is the most difficult actor to work with out of everybody because he's funny.
Harland thinks of the most weird sayings in the world just to make it, just to make a funny line. And so for him, a good job is to make us laugh during the scene.
When you're in a scene with him, like the main focus for me is to try to like zone him out as much as I can, just so I don't just like run the tape by just laughing the whole time. But he does a lot of ad-libbing. No matter what you think he's gonna say, he comes up with something totally different.
Did that manatee just swallow that cabbage whole?
He just comes up with his stuff and he doesn't tell you what he's gonna say. So in the middle of the scene, he just adds an ad-lib in that you've never heard before, and it's impossible not to laugh.
Some people in the acting community call doing every take coming up with something new, and some people call it somebody forgot their lines and doesn't know what to say.
Okay.
Honestly, I haven't seen much of the TV show. I used to watch The Incredible Hulk, but during the commercials I'd go over to the Duke, so I'd catch little glimpses. I pictured Bo and Luke green and smashing things. Maybe that's where the Daisy Dukes came from, the Incredible Hulk, because he had little cut-off thingies at the knee, and then she just brought him up another level. There's the origin of the Daisy Duke.
He is the funny guy. And it was a scene that we did maybe, I don't know, over and over again, 7 or 8 times, and every time he come up with something original. So he's a great creative guy.
You know, there was some kind of special about, and this is for real, at the end of the day, I was driving home and I was like, man, I just made Willie Nelson laugh. Here's this legendary guy, talented man, and a little old fool like me made him laugh.
My biggest nemesis in this whole movie is the General Lee. There it is, the General Lee. With a, I think that's a Canadian flag on the roof. This is the doorknob. That's the shiniest knob in Hazzard County. Next to you-know-who's, 01. 01 is the number. Don't know what it means. Look at that grill, man. That is a grill. Son of a... I've seen more of this rear end than I could be a strip joint not see this much rear end. I'm always chasing this rear end. Just put a Victoria's Secret thong on it and snap it so it stings like a jellyfish.
I don't know what to say. I'm about to get covered in poo. What does one say at a moment like this? Dear Jesus, why did I go into acting? Why didn't I listen to Daddy and become an accountant? Now this is a surefire way to get zits, dude. Just forget eating the chocolate, just smear it on your skin. Just grind it into my pores there. To think I passed on Yentl 2 to do this.
St. Peter, I'm alive.
I do about 6 scenes with Harlan as our dear Roscoe, and he's not afraid to go out there.
Flash had a little chip wiggle, boss.
You've seen it all here, folks.
That's what keeps us all laughing.
There's a new sheriff in town.
Dainty is the live pig, and we replicated Dainty in an animatronic version that can carry on some of the script actions with keeping the live pig safe. Our work is used heavily when it's being touched by other performers. So a physical item is really helpful, both to the director, but also to help the performers understand what they're doing. I mean, are they pushing against a blue ball, or are they pushing against a 500-pound pig? So we kind of bring that performance issue to the pig, and we can literally respond to the director's call. Mouth movement. And in short time, make these pigs come alive.
This is the beginning of the animatronic pigs activities. And there are slots actually in that rooftop that are hard and almost impossible to see. And we've covered the slots with a special plastic material. It's been scenic by the art department. And so that there's rods and cables and what have you going from the pig through the roof into underneath the roof, where there's 4 puppeteers performing the animatronic pig.
I prefer working with a pig than Randy, that's for sure.
So I was sitting in the sun and I was baking, if you know what I mean, and I got a call from my agent, and they said it was a good deal and I should come down here right away. So, you know, it's just been really hard to kind of keep focused. You know, I try to work hard at my acting, but there's all this good food around here, and I just don't know what to do with myself. My favorite is John. Randy's fun too, but John and I can really, you know, relate, if you know what I mean.
That's my favorite co-star.
You know, we've been talking, and we're talking about maybe getting together with some